Hey y'all, I'm TaiSavy. I'm here at the fashion station and I'm here with Kiana, the owner of a brand called KISSD. And you may or may not have already seen it around, but it's definitely something you will be seeing more of. Hi, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So, not a lot of people know that you are the face behind this brand. So, tell us a little bit about Kiana.
Well, I've been keeping it quiet for quite some time. But I am basically about getting it all things creative.
That fire, like I definitely get that from your vibe. So, it's definitely a big part of what I see come across in your brand, which is lovely. um, what got you interested in crocheting?
So crocheting didn't just happen. I really wanted a pair of socks, and my mother crochets, and she didn't know how to make socks. So basically, I was really obsessed on trying to figure out how I'm gonna get these socks. So I learned how to knit on a loom. So I made my first pair of thigh-high socks, and then from there, I just really got obsessed with yarn. And then one night at 3 a.m., I learned how to crochet.
Wow. Up in the wee hours. That's where the best creative juices flow, honestly, is that midnight hour.
I agree. And I said, I'm going to learn how to do this. And I did. And then I went and bought more yarn. And I made a crop top.
Ooh, that's fancy. You know, a lot of people are knitting clothes nowadays because it's a whole new look. And it's clean, kind of like your hat there. It's really cute. So, you've been knitting with your mother. So is fashion something you've always been into?
I've been obsessed with fashion since I was about the age of 10. I used to sit in class and I would draw out little flat sketches of clothes that I was like obsessed with making. But at the time, I didn't know how to sew. So
it was all just in the head at that moment. And who would you know that now, all these years later, that you're a designer?
I wouldn't have believed it if you would have told me then.
But that's how those dreams happen. That's amazing. As you being in the fashion world now, are there any designers that you look up to, or are there any inspiration behind what made you start designing yourself?
I have always been obsessed with the quirkiness of Bessie Johnson. Oh, her color schemes is so rare. It's so rare and so random, and I love that about her brand. So I'm trying to not really recreate it, but I'm trying to put a little bit of that rare color combinations together.
Okay. She is a dope designer. I very few mess with one of the big names, but she is one that I often stick to because she is quirky and you don't see that often. So that's exciting. Now let's get into a little bit deeper about KISSD. How old is KISSD?
KISSD is, believe it or not, 12 years old. I have been sitting on this for years, since I was in design school and they forced us to come up with a name. So that is the name, and KISS actually stands for Keep It Simple, Effective Designs.
Okay.
So,
and you do. You keep it simple and it's sexy like that. So you actually went to design school?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I learned more things about the sewing world and how to drape draft and things of that nature. So sewing is my first nature.
Okay. See, I didn't even know that, and I've been talking to you about doing this for a while. Do you have any other secret talents other than sewing and crocheting?
Most people don't know this about me, but I actually do my own nails here and there. Shout out to COVID, because if it wasn't for COVID, we wouldn't learn or know we even have these hidden skills. So every now and again, when I don't feel like paying the hundreds of dollars, I do my own nails.
Yeah, and you know what? That's always a good thing to have in your back pocket. For one, if you ever needed to do it to hustle, and for two, that goes back into self-care, like truly caring for yourself.
And you're figuring out what you like on your nails versus somebody telling you what you want
and what they think is best.
Yes.
I like that. Shout out to COVID.
Shout out to COVID.
Because we had that time to
we
really
miss you.
Down. We do. I like that shutdown. If people don't talk to me 6 feet, bag back. I like that. What do you think that the industry needs more and or less of? The fashion industry.
I feel like the fashion industry needs less gatekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
I miss, well, not to say I was a part of it during this time, but it used to be back in the day, if you showed an interest or a passion for something, they would just take you under their wing and help you get to where you aspire to be. And nowadays, you don't see any of that. It's, oh, you have to have X amount of years of experience in this field before they even take you seriously. So I feel like we need less gatekeepers and more of just bringing anybody in that shows even the littlest amount of interest.
I definitely agree because, for one, I think Detroit as a whole does a really good job of bringing that sense of community, but bring it to a smaller scale. Let's bring it within the industry itself. And I do want to say shout out to the fashion statement because she is doing that. So she owns that collective space, the fashion station, and she is, you know, she has a couple of interns and she's allowing people to apprentice under her. So I think a lot of people should take some notes from what she's got going on because we don't need more gatekeepers. We need more of these bright and creative minds out here to build our city back to what it can be because Detroit's a beautiful place.
And I'm going to be honest, I would not be here if it wasn't for the fashion station. If she didn't say, girl, I see this, make this happen. Okay. Like, we need more of that.
Definitely. Wholeheartedly agree with that one. And then as the Detroit fashion community as a whole, what's one thing that you would change about our fashion industry here specifically?
I think for us, we need more promos. I'm gonna be honest, I just learned that we had a fashion week and I don't see a lot of promos up until it's the week of or 2 weeks before it's happening. And I'm like, dang, I wanted to be a part of that. So I feel like if there's more promos and there's more flyers and things in circulation, I feel like that'll put us really on the map for real.
Agreed, because a lot of us entrepreneurs and even the 9-to-5ers, like we're so caught up in our day-to-day lives that if we seeing it 2 weeks or a week at the head, it's like, oh dang, yeah, I missed it because if I had thought about it, then I would have planned for it. And a lot of these events, it's Detroit. For one, we the coldest in the city when it comes to, we the coldest in the country when it comes to dressing. Nobody step outside like us. So I feel like we do need that extra time to get ready and prepare for that. So I agree wholeheartedly. Definitely more promo in the city. And one other question I have for you. What do we have to look forward to from KISSD?
I'm working on a few things. As of right now, I have my Black Girl Flower Crown, as I call it. So that will be in the mix. And I'm also thinking of dropping a few crop tops, even though I know the season is ending. A lot of people still wear crop tops all year round. Yeah. So I will be dropping a few.
And that's all in how you style it too. So
that's a secret.
We love that. So now, without further ado, I'd love to give a special thanks to our sponsors, the Fashion Station and WeyPro Productions. Couldn't be possible without you guys. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. TaiSavy signing off.